So it is Tuesday night, and hopefully that's not too loud right there, but wanted to open Tuesday night wine, and I'm having some pork shish kebabs, and the irony is with an appetizer, Wagyu, Japanese Wagyu A5, which is probably the richest steak I've ever had to date. You just cut it in small pieces, sear it real quick, a little bit of salt, and that's it. It's like eating butter, really. It's like no other experience I can describe. Typically would warrant some really great wine, but on a Tuesday, especially with pork shish kebabs, I don't have an Etna. I was thinking about a Mount Etna, but then I spotted that I did buy these two Bordeaux's. Both are 2015, so they have a few years of age on them. I want to try them both relatively soon because I want to see what kind of quality they are for the value. I think they're both in about the $20 range. So, do I go with the Chateauveau Laverne 2015 Saint-Emilion Grand Cru, so Merlot heavy most likely. I think they're both Merlot heavy, although they don't specify. Then we got La Sacristi de la Vie Cura 2015 Fronsac. And this has something on the back. Oh yeah, it's just 80% Merlot. We'll go with this one, just because I know what the varietal percentage is. We'll just give it a shot. Similar to Napa, there's tons of inexpensive and unfortunately bad wine. But there's value too, and there's great wines. There's great Vines Obsidian, $30. But that's $30, not $20. It's a big markup when you go from $20 to $30 and you want to buy a case of something. It's a big delta. So we'll give this one a shot. And hoping for good things. My best bargains for the buck for super high quality wines have historically been from J.J. Buckley. They do a great job there. So I've trusted them. Wow, I could smell this. So maybe a little gem, I'm hoping. I smell that aroma. Shot out of that glass. Let's see. A little less muted, a little more muted on the nose, but no, it smells good. It has a plumminess. Stewed plum, to me, stereotypical of Saint-Emilion, right bank, Bordeaux. This is Fronsac, so right bank, but not Saint-Emilion. It smells good. A little bit of saddle leather, tobacco leaf. Again, quintessential aromas I get out of some slightly aged Bordeaux, just being a 15. Some herbs, dried herbs, thyme, sage. There's a lot going on for a $20 wine. I just hope it's good. 14.5%. It's got a viscosity to it, a high alcohol to it. They're both 14.5, so they state. Good vintage. 2015 is a good vintage out of Bordeaux. I think on both sides. One side's better than the other. Left bank or right, I forget. Let's see. It's got good length, medium plus length. It's really good. First impression, it's really good. A lot of the same flavors on the palate as on the nose. Medium plus length for sure. It's got the length, which is indicative to me of a higher quality wine, or just a well-made wine. I like this for $20. I think this is really good. I'm thirsty. Definitely in the mood for wine today. Let's see how it pairs with some of the I wonder if this was just one bottle left of this. I don't remember. It's got good tannin. Still tannin structure. It's a good wine. Very impressive for 20 bucks. Pretty sure it's just 20. I don't think I screwed up on the prices. Yeah, pretty sure it was 20. I don't know how many of these there were. If I see another one or two, I'll definitely buy it. I don't know if I'd buy a case. I just don't. I need to sit with it more, see how it evolves in the glass. This was just pop and pour. Could be that it fades away if I decant it, but I kind of doubt it. I feel like it'll open up more. It's well made for the price. Very, very well made for the price. And this is sort of what you get out of a region like Fronsac. It isn't Saint-Emilion proper. It is in Pomerol. So it doesn't have that label of being one of those greats. And it's not Left Bank, where then you get from Saint-Julien to Saint-Estèphe or Pauillac or Margaux. Not Margaux. Pessac-Léognan. Yeah, Margaux's the one of the first growths. But Pessac-Léognan, I'm missing one in there. Might just be Haut-Médoc, but the three primary, Pauillac, Saint-Estèphe, Saint-Julien, and then Pessac-Léognan. So those are the four major left bank regions that I remember. Then you got Pomerol, Saint-Emilion on the right. Then you got all these like Côte de Castillon, Fronsac, some of the other ones that are, I think they call them the satellite Saint-Emilion. I don't remember all my terms, but bottom line, good $20 wine. The palate is like medium plus. It's a solid $20 wine. That's all I can really say. It's a solid $20 wine. You know, if I had to give it stars, it's 4 to 5. 4 to 5. Nothing wrong with that. They're going to pair well with, it's pairing well with this Wagyu. It'll pair well with the pork. See how it evolves over the next night or two. So it can give an update. Tomorrow's dinner is going to be tuna, seared tuna. I don't know what I'm going to pair it with. I like pairing my seared tuna with something high acidity. If I have an off dry, if I had one of the B Divines, that'd be nice. I don't think I do. I think I drank them all. I really like those wines, which makes me want to try mead to see if mead's similar to those, or if there's a big delta between what they call honey wine and what they call mead, and I don't know the answer. I don't. But B Divine, I do believe, makes their beverage, their wine, taste more like white wine than fermented honey. It's dry. I know it sounds silly, but drier. So like there's sometimes a California cab will have a bigger, full-bodied, almost sweet taste, but it's not a sweet wine. But the RS is in there, the residual sugar, just from how ripe those grapes are. Something about the terroir in Bordeaux that doesn't produce that same lusciousness and overripe fruit character where they have more of these other flavors. The cedar, saddle leather, yeah, those other flavors that I always more get out of Bordeaux. And what was the other? Oh, tobacco leaf. Tobacco leaf for days. Well, that is it. Nice little find. Probably would buy another one or two. But sort of like this exploration. It's got a little bit of age on it. I like that a lot. So sitting on a shelf at a 2015, no one's really buying it. You know, it's a store been going to for a long time. I don't suspect the clientele really cares or maybe appreciates the Fronsac, right, 2015 vintage out of Bordeaux. So be it. Their loss, my gain. want to call it a treasure, so I would call it a nice Tuesday night find. So with that, I'm going to have my dinner, and maybe tomorrow I'll do a video, maybe not, depending on what time I get to making dinner and if I could pair it with a wine. I do have two 2003 Rieslings from Germany that are Halbertrachen, which is dry, but I think it's Spätlese, which typically would mean it's a little sweeter because they pick them later. They pick them later during the harvest. So Cabernet, and it's when they pick them, longer hang time for the fruit. Spätlese means they leave them on a little bit longer than Cabernet. Even Cabernet's off dry. Typically, Spätlese will be a little bit more off dry, or a little bit almost medium dry, something. But this is specifically made sweet. So what I'm thinking, with dry, I mean, I'm thinking that this might be a potentially fuller-bodied, older, dry Riesling that I got in the 20s. I hope it's awesome. So maybe that was what I'll open, because I've been eyeballing it every day. Every time I'm thinking about a white, so not every day. And I think that's what I'm going to go with tomorrow. I think we'll see. And then I could kind of make an assessment there. I'm just loving lately. If I have a sweet spot for wine at this moment in my life right now, it's very aged. It's aged white wines. I have this almost craving for aged white. There's a uniqueness in flavor. The tertiary, the flavors that change, the body, all of it. The transformation of a white as it gets older, to me, is fascinating, and I love it. And on my palate, it's something I'm craving. I absolutely love red, of course. I love aged red. I had an aged red the other night, a 2009 Merlot out of Finger Lakes, which was fantastic. Fantastic. Had it with a pork chop. It was amazing with the pork chop. Wasn't as good as the 2007 Finger Lakes from the same place. That was even more amazing, which you wouldn't think was going to be amazing, because the Cab Sauves up there in the Finger Lakes don't ripen well, and you would think they wouldn't age well, but that one did. That one did. The 09 Merlot did a really good job. But I also had the 2001 Chardonnay from that same winery, and that was my favorite. And I have one more. Can't wait to try it. Can't wait to go back to the Finger Lakes, honestly. Really enjoyed it. And now that I know a few of the good wineries, better wineries, good in my opinion, better wineries, ones that I prefer, and a few others that I've researched since, kind of excited to do it again. I'm afraid to go to Napa Sonoma, afraid of what I will do there. Maybe I'll just never come back. And this will be my last video from New Jersey, and all the others will be from Napa or Sonoma, but wishful thinking. So with that, as I said, I was going to end this about 3 minutes ago. I'm going to end it now, and that's it. Have a good night.